How are you everyone and welcome to Snack English. Today's lesson is the fifth one in the series of vocabulary workshop. You are going to learn 10 new words and some of their synonyms. You know that it's very important to practice. So, in the description box you will find some beneficial links that will help you practice and answer a variety of questions. Before I start, click on that subscribe button and make sure you click on the bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. Let's get started. The first word is audacious. Audacious. Audacious is an adjective. Someone who is audacious takes risks in order to achieve something. It means bold, adventurous, or recklessly daring. For example, my friend was an audacious soldier who never ran from a battle, which means my friend was a daring soldier who never ran from a battle. Some synonyms such as bold, daring, brave, courageous. Another example, although Mike is an audacious athlete, he doesn't participate in any dangerous sports. Although Mike is a bold athlete, is a courageous athlete, he doesn't participate in any dangerous sports. The second word is perspective. Perspective. Perspective as a noun means a point of view or general standpoint from which different things are viewed. In other words, the way a person views something. For example, my friend's perspective of the justice is quite different from mine, which means my friend's opinion, my friend's point of view of the justice is quite different from mine. Some synonyms such as view, viewpoint, point of view, or opinion. An example, first, listen to me, and then you can transform your perspective, which means first, listen to me, and then you can transform your point of view or your idea. The third word is instigate. Instigate. Instigate is a verb. Someone who instigates an event causes it to happen. In other words, to urge on, to provoke, or to incite. For example, because poor people often cannot afford things they need, poverty is a factor that is known to instigate crime, which means poverty is a factor that is known to provoke crime. Another example, some hostile people instigate a rebellion in the country for self-interest, which means some hostile people provoke a rebellion in the country for self-interest. Next, amass. Amass. Amass is a verb. If you amass something such as money or information, you gradually get it. For example, how had he amassed his fortune? Which means, how had he collected his money? Some synonyms such as collect, gather, bring together, or pile up. An example, I know that you are a brilliant student, but I'm still amazed that you could amass such a vast store of information so quickly, which means you could collect a lot of information so quickly. Next, elite. Elite. Elite as an adjective means superior or best. For example, actually, I'm looking forward to enrolling in an elite university, which means I'm looking forward to enrolling in a superior university in the best university. Elite as a noun means a person who is viewed as the finest in a group or society. For example, people who come from rich families do not always belong to the intellectual elite. The next word is grapple. Grapple. Grapple as a noun means an iron hook used to grab and hold. For example, A ship equipped with grapples may be used to recover large pieces of wreckage. Grapple as a verb means to fight or wrestle. For example, a wrestler is taught to grapple his opponent to achieve victory, which means a wrestler is taught to fight or to wrestle his opponent to achieve victory. Another example, it might not be the best idea to grapple with someone twice your size. The next word is comply. Comply. Comply is a verb. If someone or something complies with an order or set of rules, they do what is required or expected. In other words, to yield to a request or a command. For example, employees who fail to comply with the company's rules may lose their jobs, which means employees who fail to obey the company's rules may lose their jobs. Some synonyms such as obey, follow, consent, yield. An example, the man was arrested because he refused to comply with the airline's no smoking policy. The next word is allot. Allot. Allot is a verb. The past is allotted. If something is allotted to someone, it's given to them at their share. For example, the teacher allotted books and supplies to each student on the first day of the school, which means the teacher distributed books and supplies to each student. Some synonyms such as distribute, assign, apportion, or allocate. Another example, since there is a small cake, my mother will allot each of us a small slice, which means since there is a small cake, my mother will distribute each of us a small slice. Next, devoid. Devoid. Devoid is an adjective that means not having or using, or empty or entirely lacking. For example, if I spend my last few dollars, my wallet will be devoid of cash, which means if I spend my last few dollars, my wallet will be empty of cash. Some synonyms such as lacking, empty, barren of. An example, I have never looked on a face that was so devoid of feeling. Here, it uses to describe someone as devoid of quality. An example, devoid of motivation, the man gave up on his desire to lose weight. The last word is incapacitate. Incapacitate. Incapacitate is a verb. If something incapacitates you, it weakens you in some way so that you cannot do certain things. For example, after earning a black belt in karate, Kate knew she could probably incapacitate any attackers, which means after she won the black belt, she could weaken any attackers. Some synonyms such as cripple, debilitate, or weaken. An example, a back injury of such a serious nature could incapacitate a person for several months, which means a back injury of such a serious nature could weaken a person for several months. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good listen. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you are a new visitor.